We have a choice between 3 new classes. We've got the Sentinels. Sentinels focus on shooting as many arrows as they can. Their weak statistics can be greatly buffed with thoughtful preparation. We've got the Pathfinder. Pathfinders avoid taking damage in order to become more powerful with each turn. And then the Summoner. Summoners conjure deadly minions out of thin air, but they're connected to them via a magical link. Every time a minion gets hit, their Summoner receives damage relative to their level. Summoners minions need to be activated through spells. However, they can be promoted. They grow in power endlessly. On Team Sentinel, we've also got a Team Summoner. I am more than willing to take the one that most people find interesting. So just type a name. Just type a name. That's all you gotta do. Just type a name. Just tap, tap, tap. There's name come up there. Summoner, 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 Sentinel Pathfinder, Summoner, Summoner. Okay, well, this is... Defect? Alright, well, Defect is kind of a Summoner, and we have so many Summoners. Had some runs before, that didn't end up on my team. Well, I mean, I only did them yesterday. Alright, Summoner. Having also beaten the game last time, we are going to let the difficulty level increment. The difficulty level increments to 110% currency gain, deeper enemies, but basic fights and basic bosses. You played Sentinel and Summoner, says Lolash. Both are fun. Never played Pathfinder. Pathfinder is quite simple. Or at least when I played them, it was very much prevent the enemies from dealing damage to you and then thump them out of existence in a single turn. A lot of the time for me at the absolute least. Okay. So summoners charge their ultimate ability whenever they activate a minion. They can promote a selected minion by a specified number of levels, depending to the number of charges they spend. So promotion is triggered through the ultimate ability. We've got our choice of passive skills: Summoned Golem, Abomination, or Worm. Well, I mean, I have no real reason to choose one of these over the other. I guess, like, Abomination might be an AoE attack, just because we've seen Abominations. If I may make a suggestion, please do, Lolash. I have no reason to want to take any of these over the others, so I'm happy to hear a suggestion. I'll likely end up playing all 3 of these at some point. Summoner is probably most consistent with the Golem start. Love to hear it. Thank you so much, Lolash. Also, good to see you, Sal. Good to see you, Lolash. Good to see you, Goody, as well. Okay. Always remember that any choices you make, big or small, might impact the world around you. Again, good general advice. All right, we'll take a little bit of time getting used to our deck here at the very start. So activating the Golem is what's going to increase our charges. And then the charges allow us to promote it, and it can level up endlessly. Okay. I haven't seen any cards. Dr. Onsil, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscription. Enjoying months in chat. Welcome to the Republic. Did I play an animation on screen behind me? If it didn't, then I need to fix something. All good. Alright. Now with our scene finally initialized, so we've started a new run. I've got 100 wealth to be getting on with here. I'm probably going to use that to buy two runes from the blacksmith and 1 event card from the Lost Soul. Lush, thank you very much for gifting 521 subs in community to Killer Penguin 2, to Trampy Container, Yoguti, Hero Sound, and CJ Record VT. Enjoy modes in chat, y'all. Welcome to the Republic, as well as thank you so much, Lalash. If you were gifted a sub, remember to thank Lalash as well. Alright, let's get this event card. I like event cards. They're pretty foundational to the way that I play. Actually, hang on. Before we do that, let's quickly check what our actual main deck currently is. Oh, good lord. There are spells in this deck, as well as sigils, as well as summons. Okay, so there are just completely different base. Nice. We have a 0-cost activation. This is an ability to activate a minion. Activate is order your minion to perform an action, so the ability will return its hand every turn. We've got rituals, which will do that, not at 0 cost and not at ability, so a little bit rougher. But we've at least got the guaranteed 1 per turn. Barrier, create barrier. Okay, so we're not going to be blocking. We're going to be creating barrier. I mean, maybe we block as well with other things later, but create the barrier. Promotion, straight up promotes the level of a minion. Power up increases a minion's damage by 50%. Sigils apply only to minions and last until their death. I don't have any reason to suspect that sigils get burned out of the deck when being played. And then we have the Summon Abomination. Summon a minion. Only 4 minions can be present on the battlefield at all times. An Abomination attacks all enemies on the battlefield. A Golem redirects enemy hits towards itself. Fair. Damage dealt to target's allies are redirected towards itself. Hits, of course, yep, all kind of clear. Faye, you can't start with this one. Faye weakens enemies and grants ultimate charges to its master. And then Worm attacks random enemies and reduces their armor. Neat. Now we're a little more familiar with that. Let's go get ourselves a quest card. Okay. I see. Wrath. Deal 1 hit for 100% damage. Lose 10 armor until the end of combat. If I duplicate this card, I turn it into a Wrathful Blade, which is deal 1 hit for 150% damage and put 2 copies of Wrathful Edge into your grave. I'm probably mostly going to want to focus on, at the very least, at the start here, going to want to focus on defending myself and promoting my minion as the kind of main way that I'm going to interact with the game. So Wrath doesn't really seem like the way I'm going to want to go with it. Sloth into Slothful Impulse. We've seen this previously. That was in the last run. And then we have Lust with Deadly Lust. Offer 10% of your HP, gain 100% damage this turn. If you offer 100 HP total, you can get Deadly Lust, increase the damage you deal by 200%, and you gain 50% lifesteal this turn. I think maybe I just go for Sloth, because again, I'm not certain how much direct damage I'm actually really going to be dealing to the enemies. If any. It's possible the answer is none. Alright. And then the blacksmith. Let's purchase 2 runes. Whoa, 2? We'll purchase 1 runestone from you, I guess. I like the cracked calc here. Getting an additional card with cost reduced by 1 at the very start here. Just trying to ramp off faster. Wait, I just bought calc, didn't I? Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I did buy calc, but it immediately removed it from the store and replaced it with tier, and tier looks completely different. Like, one that I did not necessarily want to have. Okay, this goes in my weapon slot. And then I go out on the hunt. I personally prefer greed. I think greed definitely can be good. The only problem is I don't know if this is the character for it. Have I spoken to everyone in town? I mean, I think I spoke to everyone in town at the end of the yesterday. Let's just make absolutely certain none of you have a mission to update me on. Nothing there.
She looks... You did a good job gathering all those pieces together. But we need to do...
Wait. No, that's still not anything. Also, I am waiting to be able to upgrade my damage there. Scientists, I don't think I have anything from you either. No, yeah, it was pretty thorough. All right. bring up the main map. So the boss is up in that direction. I'm probably going to want to loop out here, maybe? Something like this. Loop back down there. No, that doesn't really seem efficient. I mean, I could make a giant S around here, right? It's not too bad. Thankfully, this enemy looks like they are going to be relatively easy to give the whaps to. Minions are an extension of all Moonring classes, so that means there are more classes that need to be functioning similar to this. Each one does something different, so be sure to read their descriptions. We've already read this. The activation of the golem heals itself. Every received hit damages summoner. Summoner? What? Every received hit damages summoner for its every level? Quoi? So 3 cards less next turn. Probably don't want to do that. So I'm going to be taking damage based on it being hit. Okay. Right, I thought it was just going to redirect all of the hits to itself, but I guess it does that, and then it's filtering them for us? Sure. The ultimate ability is charged on activation. I promote by 1 level, 2 level, or 3 level on 4, 7, and 9 charges respectively. Let's activate the minion first. Well done, we got you to heal. Actually, I can straight up promote you as well. So the promotion there has given you +1 to your heal value as well as 10 max HP. Got it. So I should probably summon more minions then. Seems the right idea. Let's get a barrier out on myself. Promote you again, and then get a Fae out there. On passive, this is decreasing the attack of all enemies by 10%. As I increase it, is going to be giving us more charges on activation. So I should have summoned this first. Yeah. This is going to be effectively the battery, right, for activation. There's another golem if I want one. Guess I can get one. Can't see great reasons not to. So how am I meant to be dealing damage back to you? Has redirect retaliate with 1 hit, dealing 50% of all damage from all hits, and reduce armor by 10. Got it. Savvy Glitter, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Enjoy modes and channel. Welcome to the Republic. Okay. Activate a minion, activate a minion. Let's get the Abomination out there so that I actually have damage. Abomination attacks all enemies. All enemies. Good. Very, very important. It was going to be incredibly sad if this attacked all allies as well, which it does on the enemy side at the absolute least. Sure. I could activate that again, but I'm giving myself 10 more barrier. Quest cards can only be played once per combat, but if you fulfill their conditions, they'll turn into a new powerful card. Thankfully, we are in exactly the right position to just go all of that. Remember that sigils are a permanent buff. That is a good point, well made. Huh. That sigil in the discard or no? Okay. So I can't play too many of them then? Activate you for your hit. A ritual promotion. Let's use the summer ability to promote you 2 levels. Giving you just a bit more damage. May as well use a barrier again on myself just in case. And 1 more promotion. Even more promotion? I don't know about that. Got 2 activations, 2 promotions. Let's promote you to level 6. Oof. You're getting real big, bud. Despite the fact that I can't really deal too much damage with it on that turn. This turn seems a lot simpler. Okay, okay. I'm starting to understand this, I feel. Took a battle's worth of confusion at the absolute least to get there, though. Shamanic Knowledge. Offer 5% of your max HP. Gain barrier on all minions equal to twice the HP loss. Invoke, which summons a minion and instantly activates their powers. Invokes can only be played once per combat. Invoke a Fae. I don't know if I want to lock in my Evoke now. Sigils or equipment from MTG. Okay, I was wondering. Cool, that makes sense. At the start of each turn, the minion increases its damage by 10%. Okay, well that seems pretty obvious. Also have paralysis. Stun a chosen enemy. Permanently reduce their armor by 25%. That's also good. Also quite good. I haven't seen stuns in this yet. However, ramp. If you have only 1 minion alive, promoted at the start of each turn. Oh. Oh, I want it. Although haste after summoning, activate the summoned minion. Yeah, it seems fine. The problem with focused energy is, like, am I going to very, very quickly summon a new minion every single time? Maybe. Activating the summoned minion after it is summoned also seems pretty effective. Because I can't really do damage with just the summoned golem I have out on the field. Like, yes, it does hit back, but it doesn't hit back effectively. So if I keep promoting that, I'm just hiding behind it and not really doing anything. So it feels like I am going to have to diversify, in which case I want something like haste or even precautionary measures. Precautionary measures would make sense here, I think, as well still. Take the haste though, crack gar. Sure, give myself an AoE hit. Promoting golems is not good. It makes you take more damage. Oh, right, yeah, because it's a higher level. Alright, and you take damage equal to the level of the character that's promoted. Yeah, okay. I'm getting there. There's an armed wanderer, but that is a pack of enemies that is actually particularly powerful right now. Let's take the weird candle. Can I? No, that's not going to lead me anywhere. I want to try and get one more normal fight before I cut back left. That's an abomination, and honestly, it's probably just an abomination. Maybe an abomination with a explodey friend. Oh, 2 explodey friends. I see. How dare you? I don't really want to make 20 barrier on all enemies. Its ultimate charges to its master. God, this Fury isn't going to be particularly good. I don't know, maybe I could just get the Golem to riposte all hits here. Let's play Tainted Force. Actually, I think I might be able to get the Golem just to do everything for me here. I'm going to give it both buffs. So I can get a second Golem out on the board. It wouldn't just buff that one. Ah, right, yeah, activation charge the ultimate, so I should have done that anyway, despite the fact that this minion would not have healed. Good point, well made. Alright. Let's get the worm out on the field. Give you some promotion and then an activation. As much as I would love to use Sloth this turn, definitely doesn't seem right. Okay, so all of our damage is going to be redirected to the Golem. So I just need to protect it as much as possible. Activations. That Abomination would seem nice. Let's activate you again. Can I Abomination now? Yes-ish? Yeah, let's do it. Excuse me? Right, okay, so I had 4 minions out on board. That meant every AoE attack from the enemy hit 4 times, but all of those 4 hits were redirected to the Abomination. That's what happened. So it died quite quickly and didn't protect us from all of it. I was forgetting how the redirection works in terms of multi-hit attacks. Activate you, give you 2 levels. You are now my best friend. You were really supposed to try and kill someone there. Then we use a barrier on myself at the end of the turn. We swipe in AoE. Okay, we're good. Promote. Mutilate. We can see Fury and Power Up are back in here as well. Guess I'll just upgrade you. Is there a cap on minion size? Yes, apparently you can only have 4 minions active at any one time. Yeah, I was waiting for you to do your second attack there. Alright, 1 more level up. We get Existence, increase the minion's max HP by 50 and heal it for 15. There's also Sacrifice a minion to promote all other minions. Not bad. And offer 10% of your max HP to invoke 2 golems. Honestly, I'm leaning very much on the side of Existence here. Just so that I can make my golem tankier for 0. Yeah. Let's take it for exactly that reason.
The old man is hard at work on a new design. His disturbing smile seems permanently glued to his face.
Anything I can offer you today?
I delivered your flowers.
And what did she say? Please, don't keep me waiting. What did she say?
The moment you tell him she agreed to meet, but before you even have a chance to finish your sentence, he shakes your hand, bows, and disappears into the weirdness.
NPC saved after disappearing to the weirdness, apparently. All right, let's leave. Got ourselves 2 journal pages for it. Do you want to see that armed wanderer? I also do feel like the enemy in front of it is going to give us some bops. But you know what?
It's good to meet you, traveler. There's something I'd like to ask you, if you have the time.
What do you need, bud?
There's a Brock somewhere out there. It's a prison in which they're keeping my innocent friend. A man who trained me and taught me everything I know about combat. Whenever I get close, there's some force which prevents me from entering it. So I'm unable to break my friend out. Maybe you'll have more luck. Could I ask you to help him out, so he doesn't rot away in a cell?
No problem whatsoever. Unfortunately, I don't have 100 here to forget a skill, so I will learn a new skill instead. At the start of each turn, activate the minion. This turn, all enemies lose 50 armor and 50% damage. Sacrifice a minion, heal for yourself. 50% of its HP. Not bad. Let's take this. I like picking up as many of those sigils as I possibly can. Let's try and... Like, I'm leaving the voice as high as I possibly can consistently, but it's not always working out as well. Yeah, let's try this pack of enemies as well. We're not going to find too many more armed wanderers just wandering about by themselves, sadly. Saturation. I still don't want the Fae to be the one that gets that. Got all these sigils, but I've got no one I want to sigilize. Also didn't even have a barrier for myself. Oof. Alright. Let's get a Fae out on board just to weaken the enemies. Increasing this gives us more ultimate charge on activation. I guess I'm going to leave power up and... actually, I may oversaturate you. Let's promote you 2 times. Get you to activate your ability at the start of the turn. Activate now. Getting to 7 charges. And you're activating your ability at the start of each turn. So you know what? Yeah, get double promoted again. Could be worse. Tainted Force. Lose 2 energy next turn is the worst part of that. Think I'm kind of comfy with it, though. Because I really need to get this worm out here. Start lowering the enemy's armor, especially. Okay, let's increase your damage. We'll promote you 2 times using the Summoner. Ability, rather. And if I activated you 2 times, I would actually then be able to get the worm another 2 levels. Although I could also conversely just use the worm 2 times. Let's use the worm 2 times. Really not getting much barrier here. Lone Wolf, thank you very much for the 50 bits. What does the ult do? It promotes our minion, which makes them more potent. I'm happy using a barrier on myself this turn. I think I'll waste a couple charges there, just getting you up to the level where you can definitely get that kill. Good. I didn't get to use Sloth in the last fight, unfortunately. So I need to do this still. Wherever possible, we should try and get Sloth out. Unfortunately, I can't stun the enemy or anything like that either. Summon a golem, promote a minion. Let's promote you 2 times. I'm gonna level you up, activate you, getting 7 back in the ultimate charge. 8 back in the ultimate charge, actually. But I can't use it 2 times a turn. Otherwise, I was gonna get the worm even more. Perfect. Big sloth. Big level. Big damage. Okay, that really didn't take much life from us at all. Fun fact, the worm applies Hunter's Marks. 6 marks to make an enemy vulnerable for 100% increased damage. Okay, so it's different to the weird Hunter's amount. Cracked here. Unfortunately, we've got unique rune stones across the board right now. Alright, so that's a pretty good traversal so far. Let's hug the top and cut across. Is that the shimmering light or is that wisps? That's wisps. Oh, but it's got the hunting ground behind it? Lone Wolf asks, how would you rate this game so far in the hierarchy of card games? I don't think that it's a hierarchy. I think very, very few things tend naturally towards a strict hierarchy. Stun all enemies for 2 turns. Tainted Force. Honestly, I think by the time that rounds out, we'd be good enough. So let's do that. Get the Abomination out there. Give it a Fragile. Sorry, a Fury. Should also promote you. Give you an activation to hit all the enemies then. And we'll just continue along that line. All games are equal? I also don't believe that. They are. It's exactly because they aren't equal that they don't fit into a clear hierarchy. Because if they were, you know, if all games were attempting to do exactly the same thing, specifically, then you would be able to go like, this one is doing it better than this one is doing it, better than this one is doing it, right? But they're all attempting to do different things. How do you rate a game that is trying to put RPG elements in against games that have not attempted to do that? Based on whether or not it fits? Well, that could be subjective. Also, it's all subjective. Sorry. I really do not like trying to assign a value to a game super early on, especially. Oversaturation as well as power up. Love it. Love it. Then I'm looking to defend myself as best I can. Sometimes comparisons can be useful though, even if they aren't the same. True, but then it's not like really a hierarchy of different card games, right? And then it's also like, to what end? I don't know. I don't know I would really be able to judge it yet against other ones in the genre. It does unique things that I'd like, and other things have unique things that I like in them as well. I don't mean to be flippant here, it's just... I don't know. Let's give you the power up, oversaturation, and bottom. And bop him again. And bop him one more time. Okay, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with my base set of the deck here at the least. What's the quest card mean? So quest cards require you to invest some amount of something into them. And then after having invested that, you get a benefit because it transforms into a different type of card, which is usually much more positive. Risk sleeping this dangerous place. I didn't play Greed in the last battle, did I? I keep forgetting to play Greed. Oh, I need to be doing that. Reduce all the damage by 75%. That's not relevant. Okay, Existence can go out there. We should get an Abomination out on the field as well. I should start getting Barrier up, but unless I start promoting this minion, I'm also not really going to deal that much damage, so... Let's do that. Thought you did play Greed? Did I? I'm happy if I did then. And if I didn't, then... Oops. Big oops hours. Activate, activate, activate. Very slow right there. But you know what? I think it's still better. Get myself a little bit more barrier. Let's activate you. I'm actually also going to level you up before I go for the remaining 2 activations. Lose 3 energy more to get Slothful Impulse there. Wow. I can actually do that this battle. The art style is certainly something I haven't seen in Deckbuilder Roguelike. Very true. Very true. Seldom are they rendered in full 3D. Wait, you're gonna attack at the start of the turn as well? Oh. It's fine. I can transform Sloth and then upgrade it basically in the same turn. Oh, oh, oh! There it is. We've upgraded it. Now we have Slothful Impulse in the deck instead of the quest card, and this is just gain 2 energy. It's a neutral card, so it will disappear after we play it, though. Increase your damage, and then increase the enemy's deceasedness. We'll take 2 human livers there. Activate all minions 2 times. Promote all minions is wholly over there. And then Surge. Heal a minion to full HP. The minion gains 25 barrier. Surge is pretty good. Seems a decent way to consistently keep our golem healthy without having to activate it instead. Although, the golem getting barrier... Is it still going to redirect damage that it takes to barrier to me? Or is it only... Well, no, because it's retaliate. And that doesn't occur at that point. Okay. Success. The first time you promote a minion in combat, promote it 2 times. Whenever you summon a worm, increase its damage by 100% until the end of turn. Your minions automatically promote after 3 turns in combat. Honestly, we probably just want speed. I'm taking Invigoration here. Cracked Ethel. Gosh, we've really got like a breadth going on here. One of all of those basics. Oh, I mean, look, if you're going to let me forget 2 cards from the day, far be it from me not to. I think I might have too many minions, because I can't summon all of these minions. They're good being there to replace minions that disappear, but at the same rate, like, do I want all of them? Yeah, could it be Cut Golem? Could Golem be one of the cards that doesn't need to be here? And then cut, like, maybe a basic ritual? Don't cut Golem, says Lolash, who's done it more. Have your Golem ever dies? How do you protect yourself? Crying. Mostly. I don't think I want to try and pump up all things. Like, at the start of the turn, the minion increases damage by 10%. At the start of the turn, activate... Hang on. Let me clarify this down to a point where I can describe it. What I'm looking for. Okay, I think I get it. I am less able to support many minions at the same time than I am able to support few minions at once. Courtesy of things like Surge, Fury, the Existence, Oversaturation, the Sigils we've taken so far, as well as the spells we've taken so far. We are better, in my estimation, at managing a small amount of summons and focusing on them. To which end, I want to cut like Worm and Fae. Fae could give us a lot over a long fight, and I can definitely see that there are cards I would be able to synergize with Fae that would allow me to get ridiculous promotions on everything else. But I really want to simplify the minion set that we have as much as I can. I'm doing it. I'm cutting both of them. We will have a Fae run at some point. We will do more with them. But I would very much like to start out by simplifying the level at which I have to operate by just focusing on those two minions.